A lot of celebrities have joined Prince William in Singapore for a green carpet event, and it was appropriately green because this is his third Earthshot Prize Award ceremony.
Well, we're joined now by the royal commentator Jennie Bond. Good morning to you, Jennie. Obviously the morning after the King's speech as well, so lots of royal news to discuss with you. But let's start, shall we, with the Prince of Wales and what can only be described as a huge success, I think it's fair to say, for him over in Singapore. A glittering cast, a successful green carpet. What did you make of it all?
Yeah, I think this is going to define the Prince, really, in many ways. He's absolutely passionate about this project. You know, when he launched the Earthshot, he said he'd been inspired by JFK Kennedy, who had said about the moonshot that they did it not because it was difficult, but because it was hard, because it was easy. I'll get that right in a minute. He did it because... I'll get that absolutely right. They didn't do it because it was easy. They did it because it was hard. And that is what William thinks about the project. What I really like about it is that he is so optimistic and enthusiastic about this. And he believes there is hope. We hear so much doom and so much gloom about the earth and how we are destroying it, which undoubtedly is true, but he's taking a different tack and he is saying, okay, that may be the case, but we're going to do something about it. And so he is giving, with the help obviously of all the sponsors, millions of pounds, 5 million every year, to various projects which really will, hopefully, make a difference to this planet.
Yeah, and I'm totally with you, Jennie. I totally agree that the reason that this is really resonating with people is because of the optimism. I don't think people want to hear any sort of pontificating, lecturing. They want to hear solutions, answers, changes, and that's exactly what he's doing. But is there a bit of irony, do you think, to the Prince of Wales being in Singapore, hosting this big event, trying to save the planet, when his father is having to read out a legislative agenda of a government that is tearing up green plans, which we know the King himself would not be a fan of, and therefore does it kind of make a mockery of this kind of constitutional parliament opening? It's sort of pomp and ceremony, but what's the point?
I agree with you absolutely. You know, I was asked yesterday to write a piece about it before it happened, the state opening of Parliament. I said, well, there's nothing new, and all there is new is there's the policies. It's a political story. It's really not for me. And then I watched it and I thought, do you know what? This is ridiculous. This is a pantomime, I think. I can't think for a moment the King enjoyed it, or the Queen. It's obviously very expensive to stage something like this. Yes, it's a wonderful spectacle, but, you know, we've seen it quite recently with the coronation, etc. And that was a celebration. This is a man being obliged to stand up and read a speech, clearly some of which he did not agree with. You did expect him at any moment to toss the whole document over his shoulder and say, what a load of piffle. Obviously, you can't do that. The whole thing was so uncomfortable, and I thought, why do we carry on doing this? It should have been the Prime Minister standing in Parliament outlining his programme. That's my view.
Have a sort of hybrid version of this where you have all the pomp and pageantry, which, let's be honest, lots of British people enjoy, and it's a sort of celebration of best of British, and you could sort of almost have a ribbon cutting or something similar to open Parliament, and then he stands to one side and lets the Prime Minister of the day read his own legislative plans, because as you say, it's just so awkward. All of the cameras trained on the King at the particular point they thought he might flinch, you know, the pressure.
Yeah, too much and pointless, I think. I think this is a political day, and actually we make a great song and dance about, yes, this is a constitutional monarchy, but our King or Queen is above politics, neutral, separate from. And there's a lot of symbolism in this whole procedure, which none of us really understand. You know, I study it every year and hope to broadcast about it, but then I don't, and I forget it all. It doesn't. I mean, what is maintenance and the sword of state and the very pretty crown? All ridiculous, should be purely political, and I'm not even sure a hybrid version is necessary because it's expensive.
But it's not nice to get the crown jewels out for an outing, otherwise they just sit in the Tower of London gathering dust, don't they?
Well, yes, all right. We can have a parade of the crown jewels, maybe. But I think we should concentrate on dear William doing what he does. And I did want to say one of the best projects I think that's got £1 million this year is for the building and recycling of lithium batteries for electric cars, because I think that's a whole other debate.
Well, I'm glad you raised that, Jenny, because while William is doing that and talking about how we get the best out of the planet, his brother surely has missed a trick or has no sensitivity about climate change, whereby he boarded a private aircraft and flew from California with his wife to Las Vegas to watch the artist Katy Perry. Now, my point is, fine, I don't care if he uses a private plane or not, but I do care when the same couple preach to the rest of us about doing such things and then seem completely oblivious that it's not do as we do, just do as we say.
It's mind-blowing, isn't it? It really is. PJs, as they call them, private jets, are the territory of the celebrity world in which he now lives. And he seems to be embracing it fully. And as you say, that's his right. But just what part of hypocrisy does he not understand? I'm so sorry he's doing this. I just hope he stops talking about saving the planet and the environmental cares that he did have, apparently. Because, as you say, he's got to live by it.
Well, Jennie Bond, not holding back. We love it. Thank you very much indeed for coming on and talking to us this morning. Appreciate it.
I always love to see Jenny study her living room and see, where is she today? She says that's all her husband's, not ours. But,
always gorgeous dresses and always a fabulous backdrop. So
just
she's the total
like
package.
through the keyhole for us. Forgive us, Jenny. OK, bye-bye. Thank you.